We're dyeing our hair again. Obviously the only color that matters. It's been a hot minute since I colored my hair. I was rummaging through my old bedroom and look what I found. I don't know if you guys have been following me since the very beginning, but this was like one of my very first hair dye t-shirts. Clearly the white was always meant to be. It's called Fashion Darling. I haven't done anything to my hair in over 3 weeks, but there was a very particular reason why I was delaying dyeing my hair. And it's all because of this. This is a sample of a hair dye that I'm working with. I have very specific requirements and feedback that I'm giving my suppliers, and this is like the second or third batch from the round of feedback that I have provided. I actually have a bunch of samples, and today we're going to be testing them out. I'm always a massive guinea pig when it comes to anything to do with my brand. I want to tell you about these in a second. I had one particular dye explode all over. This is the formula of hair dyes that I'm currently working with a really incredible supplier, and I'm providing hands-on feedback as to what these dyes are to look like, and obviously it's a very exciting process. It's the very first time that I'm actually going to be trying them out on myself and trying to let the hair color fade as much as possible so that these colors have something interesting to stick to. I was rewatching some of my old hair dyeing videos because I was getting nostalgic, and the fact that these have my own name on them, I don't know, it makes me happy. It makes the inner child in me happy. Now let's get to the fun part. Look how pretty. Hi. I've had some pretty serious pain points that I want to kind of fix. So these formulas are everything that I want to fix. I cannot tell you how gorgeous this hair color is. This is not the color that I requested, right? Let's just start by saying that. However, it is absolutely spectacular. I did request an all vegan, cruelty-free, long-lasting formula with some really incredible extracts, including pumpkin and coconut, which are both really amazing for the hair. Also hydrolyzed proteins, glycerin, some really nourishing ingredients that I hand-picked for these dyes. However, in an effort to not judge a book by its cover and give these dyes a fair trial like I do with every single other brand, today I'm going to be dyeing my hair with them. This is then the red. The color looks so good. I'm not even gonna get started on pigment. The pigment is freaking there. I don't like, however, how bright it looks. So I hate tubs. I hate tubs because I like to mix and match, and when I mix and match, I am cross-contaminating, and that's terrible. Why does this look like a cool combo? Ah, hello. Hi, beautiful. You smell so good. That actually might look really cool. Okay, hang on a minute. You can read into this however you want. They mix really well together. Like they look so good together, and again, the consistency and the pigment. Okay, so initially I was going to actually say that we put the emerald green on the top of our head just so we see how it reacts on a base that isn't white, and the red on the base, so that we create something interesting. But now I'm thinking, what if we put this purple onto our root area of our hair and then the emerald green on our ends, because there's a higher likelihood of the emerald green popping up here versus here. I mean, I know what I like. Based on this amazing scientific evaluation, I'm going to be dyeing the top half of my head entirely emerald green and the lower half purple. I do, however, know what green on a dark pink base creates, and it's not emerald green. So I'm really hoping it's still going to look cool. It's just not going to be the emerald green that I'm looking for. Let's dye our hair. I've been having a super weird week, so there's genuinely nothing that cheers me up more than dyeing my hair. Now, right now, it would be really great for me to know what result I'm gonna end up with. Okay. I really wish I did this before I started applying dye to my hair. I am so excited to see how this is going to turn out. At this point right now, I have suspicions, but I don't know for sure what color it's going to end up looking like, especially because I have a feeling that between the base that I started with and then the particular colors that I went over with, I think the colors are going to muddy up together, which I'm hoping for so that it lessens some of their vibrancy. One thing I am pleasantly surprised by is how well it seems to be covering my roots. This thing, despite not being super duper like strong or hardcore, looks like it's got great staining potential. I'm gonna do this justice. I'm gonna treat it fair. I'm gonna leave this on for 40 minutes and then wash it. Normally I just rinse out semi-permanent dyes, but I really want to see how well it holds up, like really. So I'm actually going to be shampooing and conditioning as normal to see just what it ends up looking like. I am back. I'm also wearing a really cute outfit, so I don't really want to clip my microphone to my shirt, which is actually a scarf. I'm really hoping the sound is going to travel. Hi, you guys! Look who's back! We're almost into April, and this is our hair color. Well, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'm gonna get into a very detailed breakdown of everything that I love and hate about the colors that I ended up using, but first I need to style it because I'm not gonna do it justice if I do it like this. So, look how many adapters I have on this one extension. This is the Maltese plug, right? This one. But because I get my appliances from freaking everywhere, what is this? Which country? I don't even know where I got this from. What is this? Anyways. Bellamy 1 1/4 inch curling wand. Clipped, and because I think the look deserves it, I'm going to be going in with my most beautiful Regali brush. I think it fits the aesthetic. Do you ever just create something and you're like looking at it and you're like, what the did I just create? Came off a bit harsh. I meant it more in like a what? I did that. Anyways, I love this brush so much. I think I'm gonna be doing it buy one get one free sale. Linking it down below. Buy one, get a second one for free. Look at these scrunchies. Look at them. This was created by a friend of mine here in Malta. They're silk scrunchies, and I'm giving her a bit of a free ad. Oh, I love a scrunchie, but the fact that they're actual silk, like it's silk, it makes me feel so bougie. Oh my god, I forgot what sexiness dark hair actually. Oh my god. Oh, you're off. I burnt my finger so many times last week, and they are finally starting to heal. Burns that are finally healing. I call this one my syphilis scar because it literally looks like the syphilis mark. Another one right there. Guys, do you know what was not on my bingo card for this year? That I would be re-entering the hairdressing service. Or more so that I would be back servicing people. And I'm trying to say that in like the least sexual way possible. I worked on Malta's Eurovision music video entry for this year. If you haven't watched it, go watch it and see if you can see any Easter eggs. But ever since I did that, I provided some wigs. I've had people non-stop asking to come and try on wigs, and then they always buy one. I get this person reach out to me on Stellari's chat feature, and my assistant reaches out and she's like, hey, you have this person who's asking if her aunt can come over to try on some wigs because her aunt is going through medical treatments. And I'm like, absolutely, like let's set up a time for her to like come. In my mind, I'm like, it's gonna be, you know, this lady and her niece who's requesting the appointment. I'm hoping she's gonna like something because her niece tells me she wants something similar to her natural hair, which is like shorter, curlier. It's like kind of very Maltese traditional hair, like curly, short, brown. Like most of my wigs are a bit more, not editorial, but they're a bit more vibrant. I'm really hoping there's gonna be something you like. Like I did release a more natural series of wigs last year that has been super popular, but I'm like, you know, it's limited. All of a sudden I see 4 women outside my door, and it's clear this is like a super like new experience for them. Hello, we're here for the appointment. Like we kind of wanted to escort or like come and provide support for our aunt or our sister. She chooses a wig that she might like. To paint you a picture, it was my client, a middle-aged Maltese woman, her daughter, his sister, and then her sister's daughter. Again, they're like super modest, sweet people, but like they're looking around and they're like, I don't know, maybe a bit overwhelmed or whatever. Again, I'm like, I really hope there's gonna be something that you like. But I go out of the room to fetch them a glass of water, and when I come back, they're like, oh, we think we found one we like. And I'm like, oh my god, thank god, like which one did you like? They end up pointing at my chestnut brown wig, which I guess I could have anticipated. Like this wig has now sold out 3 separate times. It is my best-selling wig, which I'm like, of course the brown wig would be my best-selling wig. But still an absolutely gorgeous wig. Like you have to imagine, it's 200% density. It's a dense wig, down to your waist, 20 inches. And I swear to God, I put like the wig cap on this lady, and obviously that's a bit shocking because it can be a representation of what your hair might look like if you're undergoing medical treatment. But we put on this 20-inch bust down on this lady, and I kid you not, she starts feeling herself in the mirror, and I'm expecting her to say, oh my god, like it's gorgeous, but you know, it's a bit too young for me or anything of the sort. No, looks in the mirror and she goes, oh my god, it suits me, doesn't it? I'm like, yeah, it does. And she's like looking back at her family and they're like, oh my god, it's gorgeous. And they're like, but we need to cut it. And she's like, I don't think we need to cut it. She's like, why do we need to cut it? I'm like, we don't need to cut it. Like it's better if you leave the wig, you know, like 20 inches, because that way you're getting your money's worth, you know? And then she's saying like her natural parting was a side part. She's like, but that's not possible on this wig. And I'm like, yeah, of course it is. She's like, really? It's not like set in place? I'm like, no, you do whatever you want with it. That's the whole point of, you know, wigs. You customize them to match you. So I give her a side part on chestnut brown. And then she gets absolutely invested. She was like, oh my god, this is my wig. So she hands her phone to her sister. She's like, take a picture of me right now. Her sister is taking a photo. All of a sudden, they hand the phone to me in my studio. This one right here that you guys are familiar with, they're standing. All of them, like 4 of them, and I'm taking their photo and they're like this. With this wig, right here, literally this one. This is her wig. She still ended up deciding on trimming it just a tiny bit, keep it modest. So she's coming by literally this Saturday to try on her wig. But she pulls me aside and she's like, oh my god, I want to take it. I'm like, okay. So then her niece pulls me aside after she leaves. And she's like, don't you dare let her pay. She's like, this is going to be a gift from the family. All families coming back this Saturday to pick up this wig. I kid you not. In that moment, I saw like this woman's eyes literally light up. I've never experienced that before. The last time I worked in a salon was around 6 years ago. And I haven't really taken on private clients since then. It was genuinely one of the first time in recent times where I've experienced it. And it was magical. And right then and there, I really kind of understood the importance and the true influence that hair carries on a person. I understand it because I've made hair my entire life, but also I've been extremely fortunate because for the most part, any hair mishap that I ever experienced, I was able to mend. And if I couldn't, I wore wigs, which I have now in abundance because I have a wig brand. But in that moment, I really saw that this woman, she was already going through health issues, right? Like physically, she was saying she was feeling the effects of either chemo or radiation. The thing that bothered her the most was the fact that she was going to be losing her hair. We tie so much of who we are into our hair. It's one of our most recognizable features. It's going to be something that's going to set us apart from the person next to us. If I have short red hair and you have long brown hair, it's a very recognizable feature. And that is what this lady did with her 20-inch brown bust down. Gorgeous.
You do it all. Carry the world and take the fall. You get no part of the love and care that's in your heart. Never take time for yourself. Never ask for any help. Never mind feeling compelled. Always got people to please. Always got someone in need. Always got somewhere to be. Darling, don't you ever find it.
And here's the end look. I want to point out by saying that I'm fairly sure I was going to hate this look. But as with most things, if you decorate it, if you give it a bit of love and a bit of attention, you can pull it off. And dare I say, I'm actually really in love with this particular hair color because it's giving a very vampy vibe to an otherwise very like colorless aesthetic. It was also one of those tutorials that you guys have been asking me for so long, yet a natural hair color with very bright, vivid, semi-permanent hair colors. I think it's giving like such a gorgeous brown with a tinge of purple. But now let's get into the important stuff. First and foremost, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my hair looks really freaking soft. When I was rinsing this out yesterday in the basin, I immediately noticed that my hair felt so slick, like it was silken. And now when I was styling it, I couldn't help but truly feel like my hair had the most nourishing, intensive repair mask on my hair for like an hour. This formula, with all of its nourishing, hydrating benefits that I insisted on, seems to be working like crazy. That is one thing I will not be changing. The second thing that I absolutely love about this is that the pigment seems to be there. I was having quite a bit of natural roots on my roots, and it does seem like it coated it and actually stained it quite intensely, something that not all semi-permanent dyes are able to do. I also do think the end color ended up looking really freaking cute, and color theory is still on point. If you put a blue-green onto a pink, it is going to turn purple. Actually, I think the green muddied it up a tiny bit, which meant that it wasn't a very bright Barney purple, which you guys know I hate. This one I love though. So now let's get into the things that I'm going to be requesting to be changed. The specific colors that I was going for was cyan blue, magenta pink, vivid striking yellow, and pure pitch black. As you guys saw from the beginning of this video, those colors were kind of a miss. And even when it came to harmony between the colors, some of them were just deeper, some of them were more vibrant, some of them were just straight up neon. I also have a very specific type of packaging that I want to use for these dyes that I have a feeling the consistency of the dyes simply will not work with it. Very final thing that I 100% will be removing is the fragrance. I picked a very floral smell because it's something that I love, and I love going up to someone and sniffing their head. Having this product sit on your head for 40 minutes, and then as you're washing it, you're still smelling it, and then when you're sleeping in it, you're still smelling it. It's a bit intense. These are just some things I'm going to discuss with my supplier so that hopefully the next video that I'm going to be posting, it's going to be even cooler. However, for the first run of my first official custom formula, vegan, cruelty-free, with an extreme importance and direction towards nourishment, hydration, and pigment, I think we're off to an incredible start. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna take some hot-ass photos of this color because fundamentally, I'm still actually incredibly in love with how this turned out. So I don't think it was a miss. I was expecting a much uglier color. So I'm gonna go do that. And as a thank you for all of your dedication and your attention to the very end of this video, I'm having a 2-for-1 sale on my regali. So if you buy one, you're gonna get 2. Go shop, babies!
So these are your dyes.
Well, they're samples of my dyes. There are things I like and things I don't like. And now we're about to break down to the great public what I hate and love.
About your own colors.
I have a very strict idea for what I want. And these, some aspects are, feel how soft my hair is. Feel it.
It's gorgeous. But do your followers know that you're trying to create your own product?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you're not
ambushing them with it. No. And
Alright.
I know I've been working on this.